Much as anywhere, they love coming to all the games, but every now and again, a game means a little bit more. This is a rivalry game here at Rupp Arena today, here in Lexington, because the Louisville Cardinals have come from 80 miles away for their annual meeting with the Wildcats. And for each of these coaches, it's their first year in this rivalry. And this one with Pat Adams, Jeb Hartness, and Lee Cassell, the officials. We are underway here at Rupp. And the good news for Kentucky, Lamont Butler, who missed the last couple of games with an ankle injury, is back in there and starting for the Cats.
It is not often you see two point guards that are as good defensively as Chucky Hepburn of Louisville.
A scorer, and he is likely to play, assuming he's healthy, 36 to 38 minutes in this game. They rely on him for a ton. Andrew Carr having a real nice season, the transfer from Wake Forest. Jackson Robinson, who came with Mark Pope from BYU. Now Amari Williams, good position in the paint, and it goes.
Amari shoulder, but he's also a guy that they can run offense through because he's an excellent passer in the middle of the floor.
This is Hepburn, 3 years with Wisconsin, and he knocks down the three, averaging 14 points. He steals per game. Again, he is everything for this Louisville team.
And that three steals second in the nation.
And the soft rims for Jackson Robinson.
Shoot it well. What a great read by Chucky Hepburn on that pass into the post to Carr. Just read it like a free safety.
Javon Hadley with a drive and scoops it up too strong off the glass. Kentucky wants to play fast. Butler hits the trailer and he'll take it away with a slam.
This Kentucky team is excellent in transition. That's something that Louisville talked about quite a bit. They have to keep the Cats out of the open floor.
Hepburn misses the three. Waterman with the follow. Noah 11, sixth-year senior. And he played for Mark Pope last year. Now he's playing against Mark Carr. 2 years at Delaware, 2 years at Wake. And happens for this Kentucky team. They are sharing the ball very well.
Yeah, it's an excellent passing.
Robinson for three. Got it. And a great start for the Wildcats.
Jackson Robinson had a great game against Gonzaga. They were without a point guard in that game. He took over and was magnificent.
Amari Williams with the deflection. Butler for three. And Kentucky can't miss. Up Terrence Edwards Jr., fifth-year senior, a transfer from James Madison. He was the Sun Belt Player of the Year a season ago. He has checked into the game. Javon Hadley there with the lay-in. And yes, Edwards comes off the bench, but he was starting most of the season. He gets starters minutes. He's capable of going for 20 in any game. First miss for Kentucky.
And Terrence Edwards needs to really look to score in this game. Hadley got a bucket before takes the three. Hadley's an important player because he's a mismatch in this game.
There is Edwards off the glass and in, and a nice response out of the timeout.
We played Louisville in camera.
Waterman's three won't go down, and it's down to Carr. What do you, or should I stop asking questions, or what do you remember about that game?
I remember we shot 60% in the first half, and they still crushed us. They were really good. Charles Jones.
Lamont Butler with a three, and then at the other end, a miss by Waterman. And again, Louisville struggling to make threes, and Kentucky doing what it does very
quickly.
Fast break points are 9-0 right now, Kentucky.
You really have to be physical against Kentucky, and physical on the offensive end with setting screens.
What a block by Carr!
Carr able to get right down the middle, block right in front of the rim. I've had a lot of those this year. He's just coming off a double-double. He had 11 points, 10 rebounds against Colgate in a game where Kentucky did not have their best stuff, but still won.
They led 17-0 in that game. Then they fell behind early in the second half before pulling away. There's a three for Terrence Edwards, averaging just under 13 a game.
Well, he was a hot player. His last two games, he's averaging over 21.
And now some pressure, a steal, and the slam for James Scott.
They have to be physical and disruptive and make Kentucky uncomfortable on offense. And so far, they have not been uncomfortable. They're running clean offense.
Here's Kobe Bryant, maybe the best three-point shooter in the Kentucky. He's a freshman from Eddyville, Kentucky, scored over 5,300 points in his high school career. Playing sparingly, but they're without Kirk Creason. So a few minutes for him, and a nice cut finish there by Otega Owe.
A great cut, and Owe knows when he cuts that Amari Williams can deliver it. He is an excellent passer.
And a nice floater there goes for Rain Smith. Again,
sticking to him at the three-point line and running him off of it.
Again, a running offense through Williams. Ansley Almanor in off the bench for Kentucky as well, number 15 in white. And now Brea with 8 to shoot. Smith trying to stay in front of him. Brea goes by him and hits.
And when you have a guy like really open up drives, because you really have to press up on him.
Hadley bothered by Williams, and Williams comes down with it.
Hadley was just looking to get a foul more than anything, just went right into his body.
Oh boy, Otega Owe. And doesn't play all that much. That is Frank Anselm eBay, former Syracuse Orange, Georgia Bulldog. He just gets a few minutes here or there. If they can't get Scott back, they are really, really thin as Chucky Hepburn knocks down a three.
And especially thin up front. And that's why Noah Waterman has to have a good game and play significant minutes in this game. Great back cut.
And again, Sherry.
Usually what Kentucky does is they'll get it off the second cut. That was off the first cut. Not enough pressure on the ball, and Amari Williams just able to deliver that with ease.
Edwards probing inside 10 on the shot clock. He'll try a three and hit. So Hepburn and Edwards
getting a ton of movement. And you give Kentucky credit because they're doing a good job defensively.
Edwards thought he got all ball, but he's called for the foul there on the attempt by. For one again today. They are now 10-0. Beat Arizona State 83-66. 5 in the top 10 in the AP poll. Come out of the SEC. Big game for Clayton today. Had 25 against the Sun Devils. Butler into traffic, and he's fouled.
Kentucky, when they come down in pro team play.
The same kind of offense that Mark Pope ran. He embraced him to the extent that they have. You and I have both been through that with our kids. Waterman. And they needed that, and he needed that, and they are staying in this game.
How shots? That was one of the first things they ran and really got it off an action that they ran. And I'm sure that was called by Pat Kelsey to try to get Noah Waterman going.
It's their 5th three of the game, a respectable 36% from beyond the arc. Beautiful find from Robinson to Carr.
The one thing.
Yeah. In Ruth's defense, he got pushed on the play too, so maybe it's kind of a compromise to give Louisville the ball. Edwards will hit a three, and the Cardinals are back within 4.
They're doing it right now. I mean, they could have been blown out of here in this first half.
And you and I were talking earlier today about the tradition and history of this program, and when you look at championships, Final Fours, tournament appearances, what wins overall, this program is without
foul out of it. That was a really smart play by Lamont Butler. He's a smart defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
And Mark Pope has 2 leads.
Edwards already in double figures with 11. Turnaround will go. A nice job because he had to deal with the height and length of
a little bit easier to get back in transition. Make him take it out of the net.
Edwards now with 13. Perry, nice pass. And Williams will go to the line.
Well, Terrence Edwards transferred.
But in a rivalry game, you never know what can happen, and they are right in. Kentucky fans aren't selling their tickets.
Tremendous scene.
Edwards was looking for the foul call, and it winds up a foul underneath on Almanor. And he would miss a free throw. You could see it was really getting to him. On about beyond the arc.
What a pass.
And Edwards misses the layup. That would have made it a three-point game.
He hesitated, tried to get a defender up in the air.
Woo! What a deep three there by Jackson Robinson. I mean, the SEC, like game after game, day after day, week after week. Insane how good that conference is right now. Hepburn a miss. Look at the follow. Scott got a piece of it, but it's off him and out of bounds.
Louisville. So far, Rain Smith hasn't been able to get any openings. They're just switching right off on him.
Hepburn with a chance for three. Well, he is not the biggest guy in the world, but he plays a lot bigger than what he's. ACC Player of the 10 assist, 7 steal game in their blowout win of Indiana as Butler lays it in. And then he had 32 points.
But they have not been disrupted on the offensive end very much at all.
Hepburn left this one short, had Carr on him and didn't get a clean look at the rim. Butler. The trailer. And a foul is called. And Kentucky, they are outstanding.
Slipping to the basket.
8% of their made buckets this year. That's 11th in the country. This year, today rather, 7%.
And with the numbers Kentucky's putting up, and the way they have been so efficient in transition, it feels like this lead should be bigger, doesn't it?
It does, but Hadley makes it smaller. Count that as an up and under.
Down in the post.
Played at Northeastern, a year at a junior, Louisville, and he's a big part of this program. And the foul, and a 1-and-1 coming for Kentucky. Jackson Robinson. Foot. So Robinson, who's really an off guard or a wing, had to assume the vast majority program record, right? 16-point halftime deficit that they overcame at 90-89. What a game that was out in Seattle. Hepburn has to force it up and hit it. With 1 on the shot clock, Chucky Hepburn bangs down a 3.
Cold-blooded. Then he just about gets a steal and does. And it's get a little momentum going, a little silent run.
And Irus, the freshman, back in because of the foul trouble that others have. And now a foul away from the ball. And he misses the front end. A 12-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. They are as close as they have been in a while. Ten to shoot. Hepburn calling out a play. Brea switches on to him. Waterman baseline, no good, and Williams has it for Kentucky. 10 seconds on the game clock. Butler the drive. Up and in. And Kentucky will take a 6-point lead into the locker room at halftime.
Lamont Butler with a little year doing a terrific job off the little brush screen. Decelerates and still gets it up and in.
2 possessions of the first half. The visiting Cards will get the first look at it here in half number 2. Louisville 6-4, Kentucky 9-1, and a beautiful find from Hepburn to James Scott for the flush.
To get Scott wide open underneath. Great start to the second half for Louisville.
And that took a lot of the starch out of the building right away to begin the second half. It got a lot quieter. Butler, that'll get the noise going again.
Lamont only misses those 2 halves. Lamont Butler missed a couple free throws. Other than that, they've been perfect.
7-point lead, Wildcats.
Jackson Robinson on Rain Smith. That puts a little size on Smith, who's a smaller shooter, the lefty from Louisville.
He has not gotten a ton of looks. 0 for 2 from three-point range, 1 for 4 overall. Waterman, a nice cut. Smith a look from the corner, and there is his first made 3 of the game.
But was able to find Smith in the corner for a catch-and-shoot opportunity.
Robinson behind a screen from Williams, missed it. But Carr somehow got the offensive rebound, and Butler buries it.
Waterman and Hepburn both had that ball, but couldn't come up with it.
Andrew Tucky.
His length is a difference-making factor.
Away with the jumper, not there. Hepburn the tip, Louisville ball. Hepburn driving by Williams and a chance for three.
Just got a little brush screen in transition. He's so good. Many situations he can early because he's going to try desperately to keep from picking up that fourth.
And again, a very thin team due to injuries for Kaysen Pryor, Corin Johnson, and Abubakar Traore. Another Kentucky three.
Great job by Garrison to read that double team. Chucky Hepburn came to double. He just shot it right back to Lamont Butler.
And now it's as noisy as it's been since right at the beginning of the game. Something Pat Kelsey talked about. Block it out. Smith short on the three, and the battle goes to the Cats. Carr. Loose ball to Garrison for the slam.
He's an improved finisher around the basket as well. He can get to the basket, but at San Diego State, he didn't finish at a high rate, but he's playing off 2 feet more under Mark Pope.
5 threes ties his career high, 21 points, 2 shy of his career high. Smith with a drive and a lay-in to make it an 8.
Just basically a down screen into a handoff, but their cutting is so good off of it.
And cutting is something that Mark Pope preaches and coaches meticulously, right?
Well, they make hard cuts. There's one of them.
Yeah. And another 2 for Butler. He's now tied his career high with
cut. It can be the second or the third. So the first cut can be sometimes a sacrificial cut, but you still have to cut really hard, and this team does that.
Hepburn. Thinking of you, we want to have you back in an arena calling game to know that he's been given the best news that he could have been given from Dodgers.
Yeah, we were all sitting on pins and needles waiting.
9-point lead, Kentucky, second half. Brea. He doesn't need much space, does he? But he misses that one. Brea now 1 for 4 from three-point range. Came in at 56% on the season.
Well, Louisville made him take that one off the dribble.
Waterman's going to try one. That is the 9th three of the game for Hepburn. Hadley, position in the paint, up and in, and a foul as well.
Spectacular footwork by Jim, so he can play basically at the 4 spot. Take him down into the post and pull him.
7-0 run Louisville. It's a 3-point game.
And we have not seen much transition out of Kentucky in this second half.
Butler driving on Hepburn, and his foul.
Boy, the strength of Lamont Butler. Now, he's a capable open shooter. He's been shooting it in this game better than I've ever seen him shoot it. But he's so strong.
Hey, there's more hoops coming your way on tonight on the SEC Network.
Ryan Kalkbrenner, one of the best big guys in the country. Stephen Ashworth, who transferred in last year from Utah.
And again, some offense through Williams. He had 4 assists in the first half. Butler. Boy, you talk about strength. You saw it there.
Not much that Edwards could do with those 3 fouls.
As you can tell, the crowd wanted to walk on that play. Wide open, Hepburn. Count it. 3-point game.
Himself a game at both ends of the floor.
That's his 4th three. He's now got 18 points. Williams gets back to his strong hand. The lefty laid off the glass, and a nice rebound by Roots.
Not the best shot by Almanor. He can make that, but that was contested and rushed.
Look at this. Wow. Hepburn continues to have a...
He's got speed. He can decelerate when he needs to. He's like a great pitcher. He changes speeds.
Brea behind the back. Tough one over some size, and he'll knock it down. What a shot. Got that over a 6'8" guy in Roots as well. Bad pass stolen by Robinson. And the foul on Edwards, his 4th. And what a critical play that is. Carr the handoff. Owe. The lob inside, and Carr the finish.
Rain Smith had to switch away and just lobbed it up to his bigger teammate that had the advantage.
18 assists on 25 made baskets and another Louisville turnover. Owe scores to make it a 10-point game. 3 times in their last 5 possessions, and Kentucky's got it back to 10.
Yeah, one of the turnovers led to the Terrence Edwards foul and then gave up an open bucket.
Maybe the cleanest look that Rain Smith has gotten from beyond. Butler the drive. And a foul. And Lamont Butler having one of the best games of his career. The only shots largest lead of the game for Kentucky was 12. Louisville had it down to 3 earlier this half. Robinson a couple of misses, but Carr in the right place at the right time yet again.
Point territory for Lamont Butler. He came into this game 7 of 21 on the season, 33%.
And the 3 will go for Edwards.
Louisville.
They take a lot of threes, and that is the case again today. They've taken 57 shots.
Oh, what a play by Brandon Garrison.
Great play. Officials. It is physical right now between Garrison and Waterman.
That was a subway push. That's not physical.
Cross-court look. Tough catch. Butler the drive and kick. Owe couldn't handle it. Shot clock's at 2. Butler again! 30 points for Lamont Butler. Edwards left hand, tough shot, and it goes. But to your point, look at how hard they're having. Butler, the first Wildcat to score 30 in a game this year. Nice
Great pass.
Garrison bothered at the rim, and a foul is called.
As is Chucky Hepburn.
Couple of free throws for Garrison.
It's amazing how people's wants are different.
Edwards for 3.
Not sure, even though he's a great shooter, that's the shot they wanted, a contested 3.
Edwards wide open, offensive rebound, Waterman. And a foul is called, and now a little pushing and shoving near the Louisville bench. Mark Pope is down there to try to restore some order and get his players out of there. And these things can happen in a rivalry game.
Great job by Rain Smith. You bend over at the waist versus diving on the floor. And Rain Smith looked like he might have been out of bounds, but the referee looked like he was calling a foul. Not sure exactly how that's going to shake out, but rivals in close proximity.
And I think, fortunately, we had more peacemakers.
We have a common foul on white number 10. The rest of it will be reviewed.
I caught the first part. I didn't catch the second part. Waterman thought about it. Now drives, puts the brakes on. Now he needs some help. 7 on the shot clock. Hadley misses the 3. Waterman again. And he scores. No, a travel before. Wave off the basket. One more look at the call on Waterman. Steps right there. No basket. 3-2 early in the game. Had it down to 3 earlier this half. It's 7 now. Carr, no. Great job defending there by Hadley.
Really held his ground against the taller, longer Andrew Carr. He's had a great game.
Hepburn into traffic. Fouled by Otega-Owe.
And we've talked about comes down and fouls him. And this was a must-score possession for Louisville. They wound up had a wide-open 3. That was a good shot. It just didn't go down.
Garrison off the fingertips of Robinson and a turnover.
Or just let him alone.
Nearly tipped away by Butler. Edwards handling for Louisville. Now finds Hepburn. Smith gets it off. Tipped by Waterman and a foul. Who's it going on? I'm told it's Hepburn.
How the heck was that on Hepburn?
No, can't be on Hepburn. If it's anybody, it's Waterman.
You got to let the guys rebound.
And the front end is missed, and another opportunity for Louisville. Stolen away. What a job by Oway. The steal and the slam.
Louisville hasn't had many turnovers, but they've gone for touchdowns.
Edwards at the line for Louisville. Missed it.
There's no reason for Kentucky to be in a rush here.
And they certainly don't appear to be. Now Robinson a cut to finish. Garrison with a terrific pass.
He was getting top locked off that zoom action and cut right back.
Hadley from Hepburn at the other end. Butler brings it over for Kentucky. Oway hits the three. It was a quick shot, but it's all good when it goes down. Waterman at the other end. The Cardinals will not go away.
Well, what an answer, but you're right, player. There's no reason to do that in this situation. Let Louisville foul you.
Waterman back to Hepburn. In and out. Carr's got it for Kentucky. Oway. We're seeing from Otega-Oway and Kentucky.
Louisville has battled, but the door was slightly ajar, and I think Otega-Oway just slammed it.
At the moment in this one. And now 16 in and out for Hepburn. Had it gone, it would have been a 4-point game. He will drive, get inside, up and in. Another basket for Hepburn.
Give Louisville credit. This team fought. But Kentucky has a number of different weapons. They don't have any one player they're going to.
And Lamont Butler adding to his totals. His 31 minutes back from missing a couple of games with a bad ankle. Chucky Hepburn, by the way, is going to wind up at 39 minutes in this game. Butler the foul. I agree 100%. Yeah.
It's really remarkable.
25 minutes from now, Kentucky, Auburn. And you know, look, Arkansas got that big win over Michigan Tuesday night in New York. How about Mississippi State and Ole Miss? They've both gotten off to nice starts. I mean, the Texas A&M.
The whole league has.
I think you'd agree. They're going to pick some people off. They are headed in the right direction.
Battle for Atlantis.
A rivalry game that lived up to the billing here tonight. Boy, how did Hepburn get that one to go as he adds to his totals? He's got 26. And they're still playing. A foul will send Oway to the line with game. And he offensively and defensively. Edwards into the front court. The final seconds ticking away. Oway knocks it away. Robinson still going. And it's into the hands of Butler. And that will be that. A very entertaining basketball game here at Rupp Arena as Kentucky defeats Louisville 93-85. The Cats are 10-1. Louisville now 6-5. For Jay Billis, I'm